Hello and welcome to the Luminosity Wellness Radio Show. I'm Jeff Furnell and I'm here with my co-host Christine Essex.
Hello, hello. I'm so glad to be back.
Hello, it's nice to have you back.
Thank you.
We also have Josh Carpenter with us as always, Mr. Blue.
Gosh, hello.
That's great. And also we have with us today our special guest, Reverend Kara Keating. She is an author, speaker, and interfaith minister. Kara Keating is dedicated to helping people connect to the soul. How are you doing today?
Doing very well. Glad to be here.
She's also the owner of the John of God Crystal Light Healing Bed.
That's correct. It's a great thing.
I am so excited to hear about that today.
Fantastic.
Yes, today is all about talking about the bed and learning more about you as a person and your mission and your job and how we support each other in this world that we're in right now.
Love it.
And then to encourage some callers to maybe call in and ask some questions that they might have about the bed. I know I heard about it years ago, and I have wanted it at our center ever since. So this is coming off my bucket list. How cool is that?
Well, having the bed is a bucket list item for me, so I'm really privileged to be able to offer it to people. So
Excellent.
That's awesome. Yeah, I've heard of John of God, but I've never heard of the Crystal Light Healing Bed, so I'm really excited to hear about it. So
Excellent.
awesome.
So what's we have some wonderful things going on at the center. We'll touch base on the week since last week. Things are starting to pop and hop around there. We have our membership up and running. It's our we have that on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays.
Okay.
And we start with some classes at 2:30 in the afternoon. They go from 2:30 to 3:30. You can find those listed in the Natural Awakenings magazine. And just to see what we do have, because the list, I printed up the list, and I think it ended up being 4 pages of things we have going on in February. So I was like, wow, okay. So then the membership, people once they become a member, they can come on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays to happy hour for free. I mean, it's part of their membership. And we have different events happening. On Mondays, we watch documentaries that are for our awareness and helping us to look at our food choices and different things like that. They vary every week. And then we have on Wednesdays what we call creative meditation, and it's coloring, adult coloring, or beading, or Japanese painting. And then on Fridays, during the 4 to 6, we also have a panel of experts that come in on nutrition and health and wellness, and that panel is quite diverse, if you will. I'm excited because we even have Paul T. I don't know if maybe the listeners know. I know you guys know Paul T.
And Superhuman Transformation.
That's right. And he's over in Building 2 at the center, and his whole program, I like to say, is based on bacon.
It's a wonderful program. Wonderful.
That's great.
Based on bacon, so if you can imagine that. And so he's actually sitting on that panel as well, because it's really good for people to see what is available. We have different reps doing different talks. So, and then we have our Friday Night Awakenings. Friday Night Awakenings that Jeff is the meditator for, and Andrew does the crystal bowls, and that follows after happy hour on Fridays. And then there's always an event after each happy hour. So Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So quite extensive program. We're starting to get the people coming in, so you got to come by.
I will.
You got to check it out.
I will.
It's so
Definitely
fun.
will.
So the energy is shifting and changing. The practitioners are beginning to see where they fit into this model, and I'm so excited. It's pretty doggone cool, if I can say so myself.
You should see the smile on her face in the studio. Check us out on YouTube. You'll be able to see that once it broadcasts.
Yes, YouTube, you'll be able to see the smiles. So that's just a catch-up for you guys on what's happening at the center. And also for the listeners. And please, today, call in at 702-483-4444. I just realized I wrote the number wrong in the Facebook.
Oh.
Speaking of Facebook, I thought I saw a post for the website. Is that out now?
The website is up and running. Oh, go look. That's such a class act. It's running. It's up and running, and it looks like wow. Like we went from kindergarten to college in one fell swoop.
Yeah.
And then please let me just mention too that I want to wrap with our Valentine's event, and I want to invite you to come, Kara.
I'd love to.
Yeah, because you can talk about the bed and what's coming, and just a follow-up from this interview.
That sounds wonderful. I'd love to. I'd love to be there.
Good. So we look forward to you being there.
All right.
All right.
So that awesome website is luminositywellnesscenter.com, where you can see the new fantastic look.
And it is a work in progress, I have to say.
All websites are. All websites.
Forever and ever, right? Ever and ever we shall be
yes.
tweaking and making these changes on it. As we expand, too, I think that what I love about a website is you can do that, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you need to evolve with the times, especially nowadays because times are changing.
Wow. Isn't that true?
Very much
Yes.
so.
Are you finding that in your practice and your experience as well?
No,
shift?
absolutely. Everything is shifting. And there are so many more people coming to awakening, to enlightenment, to spirit. And it almost honors me and surprises me and then makes me so hopeful every time I see it. So, and then it seems like the more places I go, the more beautiful souls that I meet. And I'm just really excited, actually, for the shift and where things are actually headed.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a beautiful time to be alive.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I know on Friday, I don't know if you're planning, if that one's in your calendar, but we're having a group clearing.
Oh, are you?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like at the center Friday. And we have Friday Awakening. So
Yes.
those who can't, it's $44 to get in the door for the group clearing. And we just really are grateful that we have the Awakening as well, because if they can't do that, they could still be in the vibe
Nice.
in the building and over there for a free event. So, yeah, it's a group clearing with Rachel Bell. I mean,
Blue.
Bell. So that one's coming up. Yeah, it's to get off any of the yuckies and continue to keep us at high speed.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice.
So,
And that's taking place from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tomorrow, as you said, with Rachel Blue.
that's right. Blue.
See, they
Just
got a
look at
little
me
time
for a
if they get
reminder.
there early. They got time to sit in with the crystal ball meditation for a little bit because that starts at 6:30. So
Yeah.
and then it gets done at 9, so they can also come back for the drum circle after that because the drum circle will start around 9 o'clock.
That's what I was thinking. So we'll definitely be able to tie the two together and
Yes.
invite them over. And you may want to even move into the big room, special events room, and do the drumming inside that room.
That
is the
would be
thought.
really nice.
Yeah, because then people. So maybe we ought to put some shout outs about bring your drum.
Yeah.
Sounds like a spiritual party going on.
Yeah.
Bring your drum.
Bring your drum. And we can invite Richard, who's been so gracious at the center, and I would chop up his last name. Do you know
Is
it?
it Kachansky?
There we go. Thank you
Okay.
very
You're
much.
welcome. Good guess. If I got that wrong, Richard, I'm sorry.
Right. We love you, Richard. We'll call him Richard K.
There we go.
All right.
That's pretty safe.
He has come to the center and brought all of his drums. Have you ever watched him carry all those in?
Oh, yeah.
It's a lot.
Yeah,
It's
he's a
lot.
wonderful person, and the way he goes through and instructs people and teaches people how to work, and drum, it's just awesome. The one first event that he came to with us was at Rhythm and Wellness.
Yeah.
It was just awesome, and him was it his wife that was out there? Did he? There was somebody else that was with
He
him. I
brings
can't
his
remember
son,
who
he
it
brings
was.
family with him because he's a
Yeah.
real family man. So,
Yeah, and it was just such a great time. Yeah.
and so he'll be joining us on the Valentine's Day.
Oh,
He's going to
good.
cart the drums.
Okay,
in.
there's another reason I need to go on
See?
Valentine's Day. So,
Right.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and I'm just thinking maybe we should get him there Friday night. I don't know how he feels about last minute, but I kind of live my life like that.
She ain't kidding.
It might have started at birth, and we could probably have a whole session on that one.
That's funny.
I'm actually looking forward to being on the John of God bed. So tell me what I would have to look forward to.
Well, the John of God Crystal Healing Mat, I'll just give you the overview of what the bed actually looks
Yeah.
like and does. And basically, you have 7 clear quartz crystals that are attuned to each of the chakras that hang over the top of the bed. And so basically you're just laying on a massage table, relaxed, all warm and cozy. And your only job is to set an intention of something you would like to work on in the session. And then I turn the bed on, align it to your chakras, and then the energies that work with John of God come through and work with you. So I would love to say the experience of the bed is one thing or another, but for every single person, it's very, very different. It's anything from falling asleep and getting the best rest of your life to having, profound visions and everything in between, from deep cleaning. I've had a little bit of everything on the experience of the bed. But it does something that's very unique. Those energies that work with John of God are just very unique. They're benevolent, beautiful energies that really will just give you exactly what you need. Every part of the session is exactly what you need to experience, and that includes even if you fall asleep. Maybe that's
Right.
exactly what you needed.
Yeah.
Excellent.
A little bit of peace and quiet.
Don't we all need that?
And I love that, that energy, he's actually based in Brazil, right?
Correct.
And so the energy comes, energy is, it can travel in an instant, yes?
Exactly.
Even from Brazil. And so
yes.
it's in tuned with his energy.
It's in tune. It uses the energies, the entities that, benevolent energy entities that he works with. They come through the bed and work with you. So people who are more clairvoyant than me can actually see them, but I felt them touch me and heal me. So, but every experience has been very different. I don't have two bed experiences that are the same myself. So, but yeah, so it's a wonderful experience to be able to do it and to be able to have it all the way from Brazil so that you can get that kind of healing without having to travel there.
Right, because that would be it's on the bucket list.
It
the
is.
actual trip.
Yeah.
Although, I'm glad that we can be here now and start that experience and that connection. You know what I'm saying? Open that connection with that energy that I don't necessarily have to go to Brazil for.
Exactly.
That I think is powerful.
And I think something like this, too, if somebody is new to experiencing this and just awakening up, this is something to where they would probably really feel a difference in the energy
Yeah, absolutely.
and have a really nice experience to be able to keep moving forward.
Absolutely. And a lot of people that I see that do the bed are actually pretty kind of stuck for some reason in their life. So they really do are drawn to it because they have an intention. They have something that they really want to work at, and something's blocking them from moving forward the way Spirit wants them to move forward. So it's really a great, cleaner,
Yeah.
so to speak.
Sounds like something we can all use. I know. Where do I sign up? I can definitely use that right now.
Well, that's a great, because they can go to your website, right?
Yeah.
And so if you want to give that shout out.
Yeah,
right now.
it's at www.karakeating.com, and that's KARAKEATING.com.
And it's mobile friendly.
Oh, that's
Beautiful.
That's a good thing.
Yeah, and if you have any questions for Kara, please call in right now. The number here is 702-483-4444, 702-483-4444. And we're going to have to take a little break right now for our sponsors. So, Lawrence, please take us away. You're listening to Luminosity Wellness Radio. Thank you. Welcome back to Luminosity Wellness Radio Show. We're here with our special guest, Kara Keating. How are you doing?
Doing very well, thanks.
We're talking about the John of God Crystal Light Healing Bed right now. She's going to bring that to Luminosity Wellness Center on the 26th and 27th of February, so we're really excited about that. Curious, can you talk a little bit about John of God? I have heard of him. I've seen on some of the videos through YouTube and stuff on him, but I would love to hear your point of view on him.
Yeah. So John of God is a wonderful healer that's been down in Brazil. He's been doing healing work for a very long time, at least 20 years at the Casa. Millions of people have gone to experience healing from him, including Wayne Dyer and Oprah Winfrey. And if you look online, you can even see a great video documentary from Oprah Winfrey about him. So what he is a trance medium, which means that he kind of goes away and energies flow through him that do the healing work. So usually he doesn't even remember what has happened in the sessions and the healing sessions that he does. So that's kind of the overview of who John of God is, but the energies that he is using and channeling actually come through the bed and work with you. So it's the same entities, it's the same energies, and there's about 30 of them that he works with.
Okay, so you're saying the energies that are working in this bed are the same energies that are basically being channeled through him when he's working on clients.
Absolutely,
Awesome. That's
absolutely,
beautiful.
the same entities.
That's nice.
Exactly. So, and then he's been doing the work for a very long time, and he doesn't take any pay for any of the healing work that he does do.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
And then one of the other pieces is that any money that the CASA does make is actually supporting the community and feeding the community down there.
In Brazil.
In Brazil.
Wow.
So people are just paying through love donation.
That people are just paying through love donation, and there's there's slight fees for using he has the crystal beds down there too. There's rooms of the crystal beds that you can get sessions on, and through some of that he earns a little bit of money, but even that is going to feed and take care of the village. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a beautiful man.
he is, and it's on my bucket list to make it down there. It's definitely.
Okay. And so how did you get involved?
Well, somebody who is a friend of mine now, has a bed that's in Alabama, came through Las Vegas, June of 2000, I guess it was 14. And I don't know why, but I dropped everything to go do a session on the bed. I made sure that I had no idea what this was. And I laid down on the bed and I set my intention, which is, can you show me what my purpose is? And she turned it on, left the room, and I ended up with this experience that was just completely profound for me. I sat and I saw myself in my ministry for an hour in this vision. I didn't know what I was teaching, I didn't know what I was doing, but I knew the feeling and the essence of being of service and being in ministry with people. And I came off the bed going, that was really cool. And so I had the opportunity to do the bed a few other times. And it's because of that bed vision that I stepped forward into being an interfaith minister and decided to go actually all the way through my ordination. So I'll be ordained in June, which I'm very excited about.
That'll be we'll be having a party then, right?
Exactly.
Celebration.
Exactly. But the bed for me was just such an intimate experience that moved me from my stuck place forward towards what it is that Spirit's calling me to do and serve. And so, last spring I, had the opportunity to do the bed again in Alabama at another place, and I went, I wonder if the bed could be in Vegas. And so in order to get a bed, you have to put an application in through the CASA in Brazil, and you have to send them your picture, and they show your picture to John of God, and he asks the entities. So, and then they said yes, and I was able to get one. So I joke around that they got me on the bed the first time so they could get a bed in Vegas.
That's exactly what I was thinking. When you told the story, I was like, I think they called you over to the bed to experience it so you would get one. But
Exactly.
That's beautiful.
Exactly. So, and lots of people feel called to the bed. It just pulls them for exactly what they need. So.
Well, that seems like creation in the universe and work always with, a lot of us, Seems like it just calls us in at times.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And I think that honoring ourselves and our intuitive selves, like even, like what, did I call you at 11 o'clock last night?
Something like that.
So, hey, can you pitch in? Because, she's like, yeah. I'm like, whoa, yes, because I really wanted to have the opportunity for people to hear about the bed. I had you actually penciled in for next week, and all I did was rotate things. Because we had that last minute, oh, there she is. So thank you for doing that. So you're still jumping they're still leading and guiding you.
Absolutely.
Every step of the way. So I think that's impressive right there.
Well, and then that's also why they're coming to Luminosity, because they're leading and guiding me to take the bed there. So, it's the time for that center and that place and for that energy to be there.
We've been doing a lot of clearing work in there and a lot of work of, so I think the key word there is timing. We're ready. And we are so community based in our faith in supporting the community. This just is another piece to the puzzle that brings legitimacy. Slow way down to say that word. And shows that we are in a progressive place, that we are actually not just talking, we're walking our talk. And giving people opportunities to really discover what might help them in their own self-healing.
Absolutely.
You know, we have a study. Did you know that? A study coming up?
No, what is it on?
It's on self-healing is real.
Oh, I love that.
Yes, and it starts next month.
Oh, wonderful.
And we're going to put 100 people through the study. Our first one put 25 people through.
Oh, wonderful.
And this one, we're shooting for 100 people. We're taking applications right now for that. And if that's something that calls to you in any way, let me know, because we're looking for volunteers as well as participants.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would definitely consider volunteering. That'd be wonderful.
I think just having, we could even put that whole John of God experience into the study. Ooh, how's that feel?
I like that.
Did that feel? Yeah, you got the goosebumps.
Yeah, that had a little tingle to it.
Are they up there clapping now? I feel them too. It's because we have space, and really it's about documenting the entire journey. So we're having testing on the, just like, I don't know if testing is the right word. Again, we walk a fine line, don't we? Mm-hmm. So it's just checking in where people are, and then checking out where they are.
Yeah.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. And seeing what happened over the 3-month period.
Well, and so much of that is set by intention. Sitting down and saying, I intend to heal, I intend to move forward, I intend to do the work that's necessary. The universe then comes and supports that.
Correct.
So, so it's setting that intention and being willing to open yourself to do the work.
Yeah, so you see where the self-healing comes in, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, because it's not in the hands of anyone else. It's through, and that's the point that we're really driving home to community and to people higher up who want to support the work we're doing.
Yes.
So we can get that respect and then help as many people as we can.
Yeah, beautiful.
So they're going to start by coming to the center and seeing you and the bed. Now, you'll be there?
Yeah.
Will you be there both days?
I will be there.
Okay.
Just let me know the dates.
The 26th.
Well, I'll be there for the 26th and 27th.
Right, that's what I'm checking.
Yeah, I'll be there for both days.
Right.
I administer the bed. I do everything.
Okay,
So,
good.
Yeah, because it's a great joy for me to do it, actually. Because I get to meet really amazing people. I get the opportunity to see what the bed does for them and listen to their story and just kind of witness where it is they are in their lives and just kind of love them through that. So that's like my favoriteest part of the whole thing is that I get to go do the bed sessions. So it's a great time, and we get to have great conversations and get to meet just great people.
Now, do you sit in? Will you sit in the room with
No,
them?
everybody-
Or you get them set up and then...
Yeah. Everybody, I get them set up and I leave the room.
Okay.
So that way everybody can have their own private
Right.
experience. There's nobody sitting there watching them.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Yeah, it's kind of hard
I had to ask.
relax totally when somebody's sitting there over you.
And that's a good thing.
and my least favorite part is when people go away, whether they fall asleep or they're off in a vision, is coming back in the room and having to wake them up. So that is my least favorite
You
part.
should get like a little light with a little dimmer on it so you can slowly start to bring it up on them and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. Well, I turn the music off, I shut the machine off, and if they don't come back in a few seconds, it's like, oh, okay, I have to touch the hand.
Yeah.
So I try and let the entities bring them back, but every once in a while, people go pretty deep, and it's hard to bring them back.
Oh yeah.
I can imagine.
So-
So in the pre-framing of that, it's probably very helpful to let them know that at this point, the only time you'll feel a touch. I mean, you could feel me touching, and it's just because it's time.
Yeah, I
right?
usually ask permission before the
exactly.
session, and then after the session, I usually sit with people. One, so they get the opportunity to write down anything that they experienced or felt.
Beautiful.
But also to just kind of ground them a little bit before they get behind the wheel of the car.
Oh yeah, that's very important. That's very important. I teach some classes that you definitely have to do that.
Exactly.
I'm very curious about the bed. So the bed is working, like you said earlier, about the light system and the different lights that match up the chakra system. Can you go into the lights a little bit in the crystals? So they're all specially designed for each chakra, or how does that work?
Well, they're 12-point quartz crystals that are each attuned to each of the chakras. So there's one that's specifically for each of the chakras. And what the quartz crystals really do is they magnify the energy, but they also help with basically a chakra clearing. It's a great cleaning of your energy. And then in order to like have the bed or whatever the bed is, it really is all completely designed by John of God and the entities. They control the entire manufacture process, and the only people that are allowed to have them are it's coming from Brazil, so and from the casa itself. So that's why there's so few of them in the U.S., but also why they're so unique is because they're well controlled in terms of quality and exactly what's allowed into that bed. I mean, it's designed by them. So
That's beautiful.
yeah.
So
And-
can we go a little bit into chakras? Because I
That's
know
just
some
what I
of
was gonna
the.
ask.
I know I was channeling Josh over here. I was channeling Josh. Josh is sitting here going, now our listeners would like to know what chakras are. So let's start down there at ground zero, work our way up.
At the basics.
So what's your best definition, or what for someone who has never heard the word or has heard it and is very unfamiliar?
So chakras are basically, there's 7 like energy centers in your body that go all the way from the root to the top of your head. And basically each chakra covers like kind of different aspects of your energy in your life. But basically they can get plugged, they can get stuck, they can get spinning funny, all sorts of different things. And so, like what the bed would do is just help open them, clear any energy that's plugged or stuck in there, and just open up the energy of the body itself. So that would be my best definition anyway of chakra and chakra clearing.
Thank you. It's in alignment with ours as well, and it comes up. I think almost, if not every show, every other show, and we're really working to educate people and bring that awareness.
So can I go just a little bit further with the chakras then? Because you were talking about the energies and everything, so we have to be aware that the different chakras also hold different emotions to them as well. So they're also associated with different organs in the body. So as they're being cleared, that's how it's helping heal the body as well too. So it can help heal different aspects of the body as well.
Beautiful.
Yeah. I just wanted to hit that point so people
yeah.
out there
Good addition.
could realize that it is. They are connected to our emotions and the organs in our body. And so if you do pay attention to your chakras and know about them, then you can kind of have an idea of what's going on in your life and know what you need to adjust to be able to keep balanced.
Absolutely.
Yeah, beautiful system.
I call them energy portals
And that's, yeah, they truly are. They're a vortex. Yeah, and the
within
future.
our.
Yeah. All right, well, we got to head off to another commercial break. You're listening to the Luminosity Wellness Radio Show, and we're here with our special guest, Kara Keating. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Luminosity Wellness Radio Show. We're here with our special guest, Kara Keating, and we're talking about the John of God Crystal Light Healing Bed.
Yay.
I know, this is exciting stuff. I cannot wait to be able to experience this.
Oh, very cool.
Well, you'll be making your appointment today. Later, for sure. It is a first come, first serve situation.
Absolutely.
So those of you being drawn and nudged or tugged at, get on it. Like, really seriously, get on it. And the 26th and 27th, there's 30-minute sessions, there's hour sessions.
And to me, it looks like great prices.
Yeah.
Am I able to say this?
Yeah, go ahead and say it online,
I mean,
yeah.
because to me, I think this is a great price. You got for a 60-minute session, $65, and for a 30-minute session, $40. I don't think you can beat that.
No, well, a lot of that is I really wanted to make the bed accessible to as many people as I possibly could. And so, I try to make it as reasonable as I possibly can so as many people
Right.
can experience it, which is also part of the reason even for the half-hour sessions,
Yeah.
at $40, because that I think most people can put that out.
And time-wise, too. They may
Exactly.
not be able to grab an hour, but they can grab a half an hour and just experience it. So, and again, what a better way to say what it was by doing it. How many times the kids who say, I hate peas. Have you ever tried one? No? Well, then, don't think about what it's like. So we really do encourage people to come and experience it so then they can share that experience with others, and we can continue to get the word out, get the awakening, and also educate. Like even the word entities, right? Some people get freaked out, like, entities? What are they talking about?
Sounds scary.
Oh, yeah. And so we want to clean that up, not just clean it up, but we want to make you aware that what we're referring to when we're saying that. So let's educate.
Okay, we'll educate. So when I say entities or energies that John of God is working with, I'm actually talking about like spiritual beings, former saints. They're actually on the list is like former saints, or former doctors that have now crossed over that are helping him, that are of the highest of divine light. There's nothing of the dark here, that are of the highest of divine light that are working through him to heal people. So specifically in the work that he does with the casa, not so much with the bed, but the work that he does with the casa is that the entities or the energies will actually, they have rooms where there are mediums that channel the energy. And people walk in the room and they sit in the room and they're instructed to be in the room, but basically the entities work on them as a clearing. If you make it to John of God, he actually does everything from his prescriptions for herbs that he writes, and everything else is channeled in and through the entities and the energies. So, people will ask me if, I do anything with the bed. I feel like I'm the caretaker of the bed. I feel like I get to serve with the bed. But the energies that are of the highest of divine light are what actually helps you. They're in control of what your highest and your best is. I just set it up and hold space and love for you as you're on your session. So
Yeah, the word divine just keeps, as you're speaking, it's divine.
Yeah.
Energy.
And like she
It's
said earlier,
assistance.
too, the benevolent entities, and that's what you're referring to, the benevolent, Christ-like and beautiful energy.
absolutely, absolutely. And the bed itself actually has guardians that protect it. So it is always held in the highest of
So is
divine
that you
light.
with the shotgun?
No, just energies that protect the energy.
Energy
So
that protects energy. I love that.
the energy that protects energy.
And it all comes down to self-healing. Like, you got to take yourself there, and you give permission,
Yes.
and that's what starts the process. And it's always available. It's just being aware enough to say, "I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm open. I'm willing," and then getting there. Because even people who travel, all over the world to see John of God, are going, and they're not, I'm hoping, and maybe that they're not expecting him to do it. It's, again, there's that education part of through him that they're self-healing by getting there, though. Does
Actually,
that make
that's
sense?
what
and
Casa says.
and
Am I
actually
addressing it?
just really to themselves saying, "Hey, I want to be healed now," and really making
I'm
that
ready.
commitment, I think truly starts the healing process within the person. So what you're talking about, I definitely believe in. Yeah.
See,
Well,
is
it's
that
setting
same?
that intention.
Yeah.
It's moving that intention forward, because the crystal healing bed is not going to help you if you're closed off and don't want the healing. But when you sit on the bed and you lay down and you set an intention for something, whether it's a physical healing, emotional healing, a piece of your life, you're telling one, what you want to be done in the session, but two, you're setting forward in the universe that this is, you're willing, ready, open, and you walked into that room and you did something different.
Yay.
Yeah. So you definitely, I would, people that are preparing to come to experience this bed, you definitely want them to think ahead of time and get that intention sent before they get there.
Yes or no. Sometimes
Sometimes
the
it
best,
comes right
best
there, huh?
intentions are in the room when all of a sudden they feel or sense exactly what it is that's up for the day.
Yeah.
So I've had both experiences. I think the only advice that I really give people is to let go. Some people want to hang on and see what they can see. Some people, are worried about doing anything right. And there's like no right and wrong in this. You literally get to lay on a bed, have wonderful energy for, half hour or an hour. It's a gift, and it's, relax and let go. So,
Well, and I could just say from my experiences teaching people how to tap into their intuitive ability, you have to relax. If you're in stress, there's no way you can tap into that intuitive ability. So it's probably the same on the bed, too. You have to truly relax to really experience the full spectrum of it. I know I read on either the site or something that you said that if you want to wear white clothing as well too. Is that
that's
because
what
of
the
light
CASA
spectrum?
recommends.
Okay.
But I've never turned somebody away because they don't have white clothing, because it's spiritual entities. So I think they can, skirt around a little beige.
I would agree with you.
So I've never been a stickler to the white clothing, but that is actually one that I put on the website exactly what the CASA recommends. So, and that's the white clothing.
Okay, awesome.
So,
That's a great point. I see. I didn't see that, and I could have showed up and.
Well, you'd have to, you have to think about, you're mixing like blue and yellow together, then you're going to have green and stuff. So if you're, that was where I thought first right off the bat. But like you said, though, it's spirit, it's energy. It can work around certain things like that, I believe, as well. So.
Absolutely. And I think there's also a piece of setting the intention if you decide to, whatever, get the white outfit or pick out a special outfit, and make it a sacred event for yourself.
Yeah.
Make it a sacred healing.
Thank you for that. And what could Luminosity Wellness Center do in preparation?
For the bed, just spread the word and let people know.
Okay.
But once my experience has been is that two pieces, that it's not as if like the bed comes and it's suddenly there. If the bed has told me I'm bringing it to you, the energy's already there. So it's not just like suddenly the day the bed comes, whoosh, there's energy. And the same thing actually holds true for a lot of people when they make the decision to do the bed, that the energies actually work with them before they're even there for the appointment, and will work with them even after the appointment. So it's not as if, you do your hour session, you're done, the energies cut you off. No, you set the intention, and they created a sacred environment to help you with whatever it is that you need the assistance with. So
that's very well put.
So
very well put, and I think so important for people to hear. And thank you for sharing that.
You're welcome.
Maybe I need to hear that.
So yeah,
good.
the energy's already there.
All right. Well, we'll have some water for people.
Yep.
And anything else?
No, just water for people, and I just
Love.
need a waiting area that they can feel really comfortable in, that they can take their time after the session.
Okay.
Because I think that's really as important as the session, is to not just like rush off to the rest of the day, but really let it sink in exactly what you experienced. One of the other things I wanted to touch bases with too, based kind of what you had said earlier, is that some people get really worried when they have a bed session and their mind is really busy and they can't shut off their mind, and they're like, I really wanted visions and I really wanted to go to sleep. I really wanted this experience or that experience. And what I tell them is write down the busyness they were showing you.
Yeah.
That's a part of the session.
Beautiful.
I had one session, I guess it was last year, it was before I had my bed. And they kept bringing up all these memories. I like really cried through the whole session. Like I was like, I really want to go to sleep, and they're like, no. Here, and it was heartfelt memory after heartfelt memory. Not all of them bad. And then finally, they were gave me I could hear something in my mind saying, you need to say this, you need to say this, you need to say this. And then as soon as I said it, I felt like this good girl. And so, but the session for me was actually a clearing of old emotional stuff. And I've had every spectrum in between. So I'm, when you say, to do the bed, what it's like, every time it's very different. And so it's a beautiful experience, and it's just opens you up in just so many different ways. So
very nice.
Yeah.
Wow. Thank you. I just wanted to make sure that I know we're already, we got approved. So we're good to go there. I just want to make sure when we got love, and we do have a very special place for people, a couple of couches in our library area.
Beautiful.
Where the lighting is very soft, and so hopefully you'll get there before. We'll see you on Valentine's Day.
No, you're going to see me on Valentine's Day.
I knew it.
See? She got me.
Okay. Josh, what
Yes.
social media do you want to talk about, or events that we have coming up?
Social media shout out. Well, we were talking about the event that we have tomorrow, which is the group clearing, and then also you'll have Friday Night Awakening. So those are two great events that you'll be able to attend. You can find the events on Facebook. Also, the website was updated with the events as well for the month of February.
From what I understand.
Well, I took a look at it, so
yay!
yes.
I know that it didn't get. How about this? I know it didn't get put in the way I wanted it to. It got put in another way, which is fine.
Yes.
And Meetup also. Meetup has all the events are on Meetup as well, and I have tonight a free power coaching.
Yes.
Where we give NLP tools and techniques and help people to become their own powerful coach.
You do that with someone, right?
Yeah, Jim
Jim.
Jim, that guy, Jim.
Jim.
Last names today. The last names. I can't fill in the blank on that one. Sorry.
Okay. Jim, you know who you are.
And what time is that?
And-
Let's change the subject.
6:30.
6:30 to 8 o'clock.
Yes.
Okay. And then the Valentine's event.
We want to talk about that
yeah,
a little
real
bit? What's
quick.
going to happen and go on there?
Well, let's take a quick commercial break, and then no commercial break.
Or do we have to?
no, we rule it. This is
We don't
internet
have to.
radio.
No, let's
Can
just
we-
keep
can
going
we-
then. We
Let's
can keep
go.
going.
We're rolling on through.
Yeah, let's do
All
it.
right. Because I know in past shows we get to the end and we're like on coffee. You
Yeah,
know,
I'm
we're
trying
trying to get everything in the last minute.
It's like an auctioneer.
Yeah.
Or sports announcer on those Mexican channels. Let's go!
So I'm looking at the time going, let's have a smooth transition today. So let's continue. The Valentine's event is
Yes.
a 2-for-1. Did you know that?
Yes, for $20. And if you're a single person looking to meet someone, it's $15.
Very good, Josh. You did your research.
I'm on
That's
social
right.
media. I see and hear everything.
Okay, excellent.
What happens in Vegas goes on YouTube.
That's right. And if it's not on YouTube, it's on Facebook. All right. Just saying. So yes, and we have practitioners. Zoe, who has been on the show, is going to be there doing some card readings, and we have Nancy Stone, who'll be there doing some card readings from her romantic deck.
Nice.
Ooh.
And a compatibility thing.
Yes, if you mention
If they mention that they saw it
Only.
on Facebook.
only, and also in some other advertising. But you know, you got to say it, and then you get it.
Well, now they can say they heard it on the radio.
That's
on
right.
Luminosity Wellness Radio.
I just want you to tell me you heard it. All right. And it is,
We got to know it's working, folks. Come
That's
on.
right. Our compatibility relationship is a program that I just purchased, Luminosity just purchased, and so I input, or whoever will be doing it that day will input the information, and then you'll get a little report on how compatible you are, at least one section of your
Nice.
life. How fun is that, right?
Yes.
And then I think
Sweets, treats, and more.
that's it. And now some drumming and some music.
I'm doing this from memory.
I know. Very good. Very good. And then Kara will be there sharing about the bed.
You got it.
Be there to answer any more of your questions. And I know some of you wanted to call in today, and I don't know, you know, it's not always easy to do. I
Yeah,
understand.
the phone lines are always busy here.
And so,
And is this a pay at the door only, or is there advance purchase tickets?
that's a great question, Josh. I'd have to check with the web person to see if that got activated or not. We were talking about it.
Yeah, I didn't see it on the website, so let's just go with the at the door. Yeah.
Let's go with at the door, and if we work a miracle before then, now and then, hey, join us.
But you do take cash or cards at the door, correct?
Yes, we do. We have that wonderful little square thing.
Gotta love technology.
Just so you know, Kayla will be there doing readings, and Sheila Z will be there promoting an upcoming event that she has, along with some of her books. I think she'll be signing them. It's the Salt Room. The
henna
Salt Room.
tattoos.
They are donating henna tattoos to whomever is in
You mean we have to give it
Awesome.
back?
Wow.
What? Wow.
Scrape it off.
They really stepped it up. And, you know, if you haven't been in the Salt Room, into the Salt Cave, we highly recommend it. We love what they're doing. We would have one at our center. We've talked about it. We'll see. We really do promote and support the work she's doing up there. And that is the Salt Room of Las Vegas.
I've been there. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things that I'd like to announce is if you've been to Luminosity, you've heard the radio show, you've got something out of it, join us on Facebook and let the world know about it, because your experiences heighten other people's experiences to go in the future. So share them, please. That would be really awesome. And I think by doing that, you're really helping to get the word out with the community, and I think that's a big way to help Luminosity.
Thanks, Josh. I think
yes.
so, too. Yeah, hit that
ask
like
questions.
button. Share.
Yeah,
Yeah, ask questions that way
Yeah,
too,
please.
as well, and we'd be more than happy to answer questions through there as well.
So please go to Facebook, which is Luminosity Wellness Center, or also Luminosity Wellness Radio. It's on Google+, YouTube, Pinterest, and so much more. We have Groupons now, I understand. Is that correct? We've had Groupons.
We've had them. We have Meetup and.
So if you guys are looking
We're on Spingo.
Yes.
Spingo. up at Summerlin. They're advertising us up there, and also in 702. So we're
Moving
being
right along.
as progressive as we possibly can without being aggressive.
I tell you, you just go to Google, type in Luminosity Wellness Center, and the search engine optimization does it. It has the Groupon on there. It has all of these things that you're talking about. So let Google help us find
Help
us.
you.
Help you find us.
Thank you.
Yeah. Well, okay.
My
it's
tongue
the vice
twister.
versa. And then also, Kara, would you please share your website one more time?
Oh, yeah, you got it. So you can get the information, more information about the John of God bed, and find the online scheduler at www.karakeating.com, KaraKeating.com, or you can call or text 702-701-3863, and we'll get it scheduled for the 26th or the 27th coming up here at the end of this month.
And who knows if we have like wild a week, could we go another day?
Yeah, I actually allotted the 28th as well in my
Yay.
own personal
I
schedule, just
got
in
it.
case we could book
Just
more.
in case, absolutely.
So-
We want to make sure that we do accommodate everyone that's being drawn and called to this experience.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Now, you had talked about the membership at the beginning. We might have had some listeners that had come on towards the middle. Do you want to just touch on that one more time? Because I know that's a really big thing that's going on at Luminosity.
It is because we're getting organized. Yay! Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays we have our from 4 to 6 is our happy hour for members only. And so if you're a member, then you get to partake in that. And the month of February, we invite you, anytime, let me just say that, anytime that you want to come and check out one of those, Monday, Wednesday, or Fridays, please be a guest. Be a guest and see what we have. And so on the beginning, at 2:30 to 3:30, we have different things going on before each of those.
Yes.
And we have from 6:30 to 7:30 something going on afterwards. So basically the whole thing is set up so that you don't just have to come for an hour. You know, people come from Green Valley and they don't want to drive for just an hour.
Exactly.
Where they can spend an entire 4 or 6 hours at the center doing different things at different times. And that was the premise of setting it up this way.
Yes, make your trip worthwhile, basically.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And then on top of that, schedule some appointments with practitioners, So not only that, but you can see we have a wellness assessment. Wellness assessment that we can give you as well. And then we meet as a team to discuss that and what recommendations we'll give you during the consultation, on the comeback consultation.
Now, wait, Christine, everybody's on a budget out there. Does this cost a lot of money for people to become members?
No, thanks for asking. He's so
I'm
good.
good at setting people up.
So good.
It's like volleyball, you know.
I just felt like we did some table tennis there. All's in my court. Okay. Well, Josh,
Yes.
3 months is a mere $50.
Wow.
Reasonable.
A 6 months is a mere $75. And the year is $100. And you
That's
get
wonderful.
the free wellness assessment when you sign up for the year long.
And we've
It's
already
just part
had
of it.
private memberships being signed up already.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes,
wow.
yes,
So
yes,
it's
yes.
already been kicking
And so
off.
you can attend as many of those happy hour events as you want once you have that membership,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
yes?
Absolutely.
Wonderful.
And then you get discounts to practitioners that are in Luminosity, or even outside, probably, who, because I really have good relationships with people outside Luminosity as well as the ones inside. So those who want to play in that, of course, we're always going to promote and support each other. And so you get discounts to that, and you get discounts to events. Yes.
That's wonderful.
So there is a big plus to it. And
That
and
is
you get
awesome.
love.
And yeah, so you can either come down to the center and get that, or you can go to luminositywellnesscenter.com and pick up your membership there. Is that correct?
That is.
Or you got to see if that's up yet.
Oh, no.
That's up? Wonderful.
Wow.
So yes, definitely go there and get it. We want to thank Kara Keating for coming here and being our special guest today and talking about the John of God crystal bed. Thank you very much.
Thank you. It was
And-
great.
And next week, we have a wonderful guest, Eric Pearl. He was featured on the Dr. Oz show, also CNN and the New York Times, and he's going to be talking about the reconnective healing that seminar that he's going to be doing here in town.
In Las Vegas, yes.
Yes.
And with that, we are going to call it a day here at Luminosity Wellness Radio with Jeff Rennell, Christine Essex, Mr. Blue, and
Views and opinions expressed